get that type of work, at least for year one. I got a few other backs listed here, and more, their questions are more kind of tied to the NFL veteran. They're kind of invading year, except for, Antonio Gibson, kind of like maybe the most polarizing guy here. Very minimally used, only I think 33 touches in college, but obviously you can't argue the explosiveness here. Do you think he's got a shot at an immediate impact with the Redskins? It's kind of a hideous backfield, but there's a lot of bodies and not a whole lot of explosiveness or talent there. Like, what do you think his kind of projection is next year?
Right. Yeah, I did watch every one of those carries last year. He had 33, and if he had enough carries to, I felt like be a meaningful sample, he would have led this class in missed tackles forced per carry. I mean, talk about a guy who can make somebody miss in space. I mean, he has just unbelievable open field movement ability. I really don't know what his role is going to be in this backfield. I mean, the Redskins have 49 running backs. I don't know if any of them are any good. I like Darius Geis coming out, but Geis's knees are completely shot. Adrian Peterson is really old. They've got Bryce Love. His knees might be shot. I really don't know how many snaps Gibson is going to play, but I think he could be just a movement type player, kind of in the same way the Chargers use Austin Eckler. I'm not obviously comparing the skill sets of Gibson and Eckler, but in terms of the way that I think the Redskins view Gibson as a player, they view him as let's give him the ball 6-8 times, as a runner, and try to use him wisely as a pass catcher. Greg Cosell is one of he's definitely the number one film analyst that I trust. And he did not view Gibson as a back. He viewed him as more of a wide receiver. And I found that really interesting because if Gibson plays some slot for them this year, they don't have anything outside of Terry McLaurin. And Gibson gives them an element that they desperately need, especially in the interior part of the field. For fantasy, I don't know. I don't know if Gibson's going to get that many carries, but if he gets 50 or 60 targets this coming year, which is, I don't think, out of the realm of possibilities, he could be a really nice, flex-worthy player in his rookie year.
And I could totally see that too, just because their new coordinator, Scott Turner, the sample size couldn't be smaller. I think it was only 2 to 3 games at the end there, but he really started to use Curtis Samuel like we all thought he should be used. Anyone who's seen Curtis Samuel expected him to be used, and that was generating those opportunities in space to let him go and do his thing. And there's pretty easy to draw those parallels there with the dangerousness, the explosiveness, the big playability. And obviously there's some quotes. I think Turner even said something about comparing him to McCaffrey. We know that's not going to be his role. We know he's not going to touch the ball 400 times, but if he's envisioning that type of receiving role already for him, I mean, that's
a great sign.
It's not a bad sign by any means.